Good morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name is Ross, and as always told, out of Voice of Radio. So today, we need to take a little bit of a look at some Rapid Strike Pokemon. Now, I've told you in a couple of videos recently that me and Single Strike Pokemon, although we didn't have much of a bromance going early on, I'm kind of getting in on Single Strike Pokemon. It means that Rapid Strike Pokemon have got to try a little bit harder to reel me in and keep me excited. But we've got a couple of new ones today. They're both Psychic type. Are they any good? Well, let's have a look. And I should mention our translation comes from the lovely Antoine Boulet. We are big fans of Antoine Boulet. So starting off then with Marshadow, we've got 80 HP, which on the one hand is low, but it does give us access to Level Ball. So frankly, it could be worse. We've got a retreat cost of 1, which is nice and low. I want to like the resistance to fighting, but the problem is, like, Urshifu hits 120, so you'll still be KO'd. And like, Donphan hits 120. So you'll still be one-hit KO'd. I love fighting resistance in this format, but I think your HP might be low enough. Like, if you can be searched with Level Ball, I don't really care if you've got fighting resistance. Is probably a good way to put it. We then are a Psychic Pokemon, which means you are hitting weakness on things like Urshifu, though honestly, it is largely irrelevant. You are also Rapid Strike Pokemon here. It's not the biggest deal ever, if I'm honest with you, for these particular Pokemon, but maybe we'll find some gems and some reasons to enjoy it as we go through. So what do we have here? Well, the first attack is quite a nice one for a single colourless energy. Search your deck for 2 Rapid Strike cards, reveal them, and put them into your hand. And if you've been watching this channel for a little while, you should know that my opinion on attacks like these is pretty uniform. And I have a bit of a rule, alright? If I'm going to have setup attacks like this, where I'm not really doing any damage, I'm just starting to get going for future turns, there are 2 things I'm looking for. I want basic Pokemon, and I want single energy, preferably colourless. And what I have here is a basic Pokemon that does this for a single colourless energy. And for that reason, I love it. I think it is absolutely brilliant, and I'm a huge fan. This is a really good starting attack in a Rapid Strike deck. It really is as simple as that. I think there is a lot of potential here. I mean, one of the decks I'm really excited about moving forward is Malamar. For those of you that have forgotten, that lets you put as many Rapid Strike cards as you like from your hand into your deck. You do 40 damage for each one you put back. I think this one has a real chance to be good. But it's a stage 1, so I need something to do in the early game. I need some kind of turn 1 attack. This can be that turn 1 attack. Because I may well, and it might not be a Malamar deck, that's just an example, but it might well be that I'm playing a deck that really, really wants to have Rapid Strike energy. Well, great news. I can search it out really easily. I can get my Pokemon, I can get my energy, I can get a Korrina for next turn. And that's the thing, you're getting single strike cards. So that could be energy, that could be Pokemon, that could be supporter. It is a really, really nice early game setup attack that could really, really help you, and I kind of love it. As for the second attack, I love it, but it's super risky. So for 1 colourless energy, you do 10 damage. Clearly that's trash. But during your next turn, if the defending Pokemon is knocked out, take an extra prize card. Oh. Well, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That's potentially game winning. You need to take 4 prizes to win the game. You haven't got a big attacker this turn, but you're setting one up for next turn. You attack with Marshadow into a VMAX, and then the following turn you KO it, take 4 prizes, you win, yay, etc. Here's the thing. It's so easy to play around, ladies and gentlemen. So hilariously easy to play around. Because all you need to do is switch. And we've seen the ruling over and over again. If you switch to the bench and then become active, you're a new Pokemon. which means attacks like this won't work. And it is only the defending Pokemon. So if your opponent just switches and comes back active, you don't get this, and this does not activate. And that's what kind of terrifies me about this. It's far, far, far too easy for your opponent to play around. Now, I don't think that makes it terrible, but I think that makes it awkward. I think that makes it into an attack that you don't rely on, that you don't build your game plan around. But, and I've said this before in many videos, I love emergency attacks. I love those kind of attacks where, even if you don't think they're going to work, they give you a chance, they give you an option, they give you hope in a matchup where you would otherwise lose. If you desperately need to take 4 prizes to win, and you've got to do it in 2 turns, and you can only really mount 1 big attack, this can let you in 2 turns take 4 prizes off a VMAX and win. And I don't think it's perfect, but also, I kind of like this as a weird Hail Mary where you don't have an attack this turn. We've all had those turns, right? Where, for whatever reason, you just don't have a good attack this turn. Maybe you need to evolve again. Maybe you need to play another energy. There's a number of different things it could be. But for whatever reason, you don't have a usable attack this turn. Do this. Literally just do this. And there's a very good chance that your opponent will switch, or it won't work for some other reason. It could absolutely fall through. Fine, let it. I don't really care. The point is, it might work. There is a small chance it will work, and if it does, you get to take an extra prize. I like the first attack as a setup attack. I like the second attack as an emergency attack. I'm giving this between 3 and 4 Wassies. We don't give half Wassies. That would be barbaric. I ain't going to sit here and tell you that this is some amazing, game-breaking, meta-defining card. It's not. But I absolutely am going to sit here and tell you that this is a card that has a real chance of being good in the future and helping out some single strike decks. Now, the other one we got to look at here is Florges, and Florges, unfortunately, through no fault of its own, is a Stage 2 Pokemon, which means it's got to really impress us to see a bunch of play. Now, starting off with a base, 630 on a Stage 2 is terrible. That's what we're looking for on a basic, not on a Stage 2. We got a retreat cost of 2, which isn't terrible. It means either Air Balloon or Tower of Waters will give free retreat. Remember, you are a Rapid Strike Pokemon here, so that's kind of nice. And you got a weakness to Metal, which again isn't terribly relevant. Zacian is easily getting a KO anyway, so I really wouldn't worry your pretty little head about it. And you're a Psychic Pokemon, but again, the damage here really isn't terribly relevant. In fact, let's just look at the attack super quickly to start off with. Psychic double colorless, 110 plus confusion. It's not good enough. 110, now to be fair, you will get a one-hit KO on an Urshifu V. Not a V max, but you will get a KO on an Urshifu V. But the fact of the matter is, it's not good enough. It's a Stage 2. It's free energy. No, it's not good enough, ladies and gentlemen. It's just not. Okay, fair enough. So, even a confusion, right? Confusion's kind of annoying, but you're 2-hit KOing Pokemon Vs, but not V Maxes, and you can use Rapid Strike Energy to help pay for it, and it confuses. It's not out and out terrible. There are reasons for a little bit of enthusiasm here, but let's be perfectly and honestly clear here. It's not good enough. It's just not. The ability, however, absolutely might be good enough. The ability here says that as often as you like during your turn, you may move an energy from one of your Pokemon to another of your Rapid Strike Pokemon. Yes. This I am absolutely in favour of. It's got that kind of ability that we've seen a million times before. We've actually had it really recently on Bronzong for Metal Pokemon. And the fact of the matter is, it's a great ability, but we love it on a Stage 1. Now, it doesn't have to be on a Stage 1. Time was we had Hydreigon. And Hydreigon absolutely was a top deck in the format with this as a Stage 2. But it just makes things so much more awkward than if it was a Stage 1. But the fact of the matter is, you can move around your Rapid Strike energy, which is kind of huge. And you can move around your new energy. That is the one that Spiral Energy, I believe it's called, stops you being paralyzed and is any energy on a Rapid Strike Pokemon. It means you can move off of evolved Pokemon, use Cheryl to heal completely, and then move it back. So it opens up the Cheryl combo. And the fact of the matter is, because you've got Rapid Strike Energy and Spiral Energy, that makes Florges so much better. And it is any energy, and it doesn't actually even have to be a Rapid Strike Energy, though I think they are the best uses. You could use this on a Twin Energy, if that was something you were into. And it's very similar to something like Bronzong, and the fact of the matter is, I wish this was a Stage 1. If you give me this ability on a Stage 1 Pokemon, I get super, super excited, and I'm planning out new Rapid Strike decks. If you give this to me on a new Stage 2 Pokemon, I just don't feel the same. I just really don't think it's good enough, and I'd love to be wrong, but I don't know, ladies and gentlemen. I want this to be good, but I'm just worried with how little Stage 2s are seeing play at the moment. Like I've said, I think the fact that you've got that fancy Rapid Strike energy, both of them, is awesome and does make the card a fair bit better, but I am still slightly worried about it being a Stage 2. Great ability, but it's a Stage 2, so let's go ahead and again give it between 3 and 4 Wossies. We don't give half Wossies. That would be barbaric. Lots of potential here, but it does remain to be seen whether people are going to be able to use it, or whether it's going to end up being just another example of great in theory, but Stage 2 stops it ever being really good. And before we finish this video, I actually have to add in another Pokemon. You see, when I made the video, Florges and Marshadow were the only Rapid Strike Pokemon we hadn't had a look at. But between making the video and uploading the video, Rapid Strike Kangaskhan was revealed. So we should probably have a little bit of a look at Rapid Strike Kangaskhan. Though the fact that I'm popping it at the end of this video rather than starting a new video might tell you what you need to know. Although it is an interesting card and I will explain why. Now starting off, you got 120 HP, which puts it in range of being KO'd by Rapid Strike Urshifu just on the bench, which is pretty bad. We got a retreat cost of 2, which at least means Air Balloon, and a weakness to fighting, which again, it is pretty bad right now. Plus, you're a colourless Pokemon and you're hitting nobody for weakness. This is a bad thing. Now, 1 energy, 30 damage isn't out and out horrendous. And of course, you need to know that we do have powerful colourless energy here. But the problem is, this isn't good enough. If you're hitting for weakness and it goes into 100, yes. But you're not, so it doesn't. If you're up to 70 and you're getting things like Galarian, Zigzagoon, Evolving Pokemon, etc., brilliant. But you're not. You're doing 50. You are getting Snom. And that's it. So I'm sorry this isn't good enough. The second attack, however, does look kind of interesting. 3 energy, 60 damage, flip a coin if heads. This attack does 100 more damage. And look, 160 damage, 3 energy is good. But essentially, I was chatting with the lovely Stephen Kent of Playscape Games about this. And my theory is this. If triple acceleration energy wasn't rotating, and it could be used on a basic Pokemon, and this hit for a decent weakness, then all of a sudden we've got a potential single energy 320, which is enough to get a one-hit KO on a VMAX that's weak. Not all the time, but a lot of the time. And to be honest, even if you miss, you've still got Vitality Band, which will then get you up to the KO. And at that stage, I am in. But none of those things that I just said are true. Triple acceleration energy is rotating about when this comes out. Even if it wasn't, you still wouldn't be able to use it because you're a basic Pokemon. And you're not hitting anything relevant for weakness. Even if you hit 180, and then I can get those popular support Pokemon like Crobat and Kricketune, now we're talking. But you don't. So you don't. And that is a huge problem here. Even when you flip heads, you're 20 damage away from getting the popular support Pokemon, and you're not hitting anything good for weakness. And we've got Rapid Strike Energy, but that will only pay 2 of the 3. So you've got to also use some kind of other energy acceleration, hit Turbo Patch, etc. And this is why I'm out on Kangaskhan. I love it as a basic Pokemon. I love the damage potential. I love the idea of going second and on my first turn hitting 160. But if I'm going to hit 160, I've got to hit Rapid Strike Energy and it heads on a Turbo Patch after getting an energy in the discard. And I've got to hit heads on my attack. It's just awkward. Yes, you've got Glimwood Tangle, so you can reflip if you don't hit the heads, which is awesome. But I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. This is just not working for me, even a little bit. I mean, I've got to give this 2 Wassies, which makes me genuinely sad. I love the artwork on this Kangaskhan, and I think there's potential, but oh my goodness, this is a waste, ladies and gentlemen. This is a waste. All right, let's go back to the intro I recorded the other day before I had to add in my thoughts on Kangaskhan. Wait, no, it's an outro. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Those are the new Rapid Strike Pokemon, but I would be rather interested to know what you think about these new Rapid Strike Pokemon. So, you know, go ahead and let me know in the comment section. Go nuts. Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWassie, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCG Radio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all that good stuff, head on over to patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can do exactly that. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.